Hiya foodie folks, and welcome back to Michael's Eats. Today we're going to be talking about how to smoke salmon. It's pretty easy. If you've never smoked before, I don't know if I'd start with salmon because the meat itself is a little spendy, but I don't care if you're smoking on a Weber kettle or a huge cooker. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care what your fuel is, if it's charcoal, wood, electric, gas. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy is fine. But I use a 22-inch Weber kettle and a slow and sear to smoke. And I've done everything on my Weber kettle, from ribs to pulled pork to salmon. You name it, I've probably smoked it. I love it. It's so easy and versatile. Anyway, the recipe is going to be down below, so don't worry about writing anything down, but it's pretty simple. Set your smoker up for, obviously, smoking. You want the temperature of the smoker about 250, 225 to 275 is really fine. The type of wood you use is also up to you. I like a mild wood like pecan or apple. This time I'm going to be using pecan. Essentially, you take your piece of salmon out of the fridge about an hour before you're going to smoke it. Set your smoker up, bring it up to temperature. I season my salmon before I smoke it with salt and pepper. That's it. I don't use a wooden plank or anything. I just oil up the grates, put it in, let it go till it reaches an internal of 145. Salmon isn't very dense, so it doesn't take very long. I always give myself about an hour, and it's usually shorter than that for the piece that I'm cooking. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need for salmon: salt, pepper, the salmon, and the smoker. What you do with it after you smoke it is completely up to you. You can certainly put lemons on it or limes. I like limes too, but a little lemon juice, a little dill, perfect. You could put barbecue sauce on it if you wanted. You never know. All right, folks, that's the intro. Grab yourself a healthy snack and beverage if you want to, and let's smoke some salmon. Oh, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you. All right, foodie folks, here's my setup. It's my 22-inch kettle. I have the slow and sear. It's an old one, so it doesn't have the bottom. Just have a little charcoal. I like the Kingsford Professional, especially when it's on sale. I have 2 small pieces of pecan wood that I'll be used for the smoke. There's a little trough for water. I have a temperature probe hooked up to my ThermoPro. There'll be links down below for everything I'm using. And I'm trying something new. I bought myself a meat stick, which is this. It's similar to a meter. I'll put links down below as well. Not happy with my meter after a few years, so I figured I'd try this. Plus, it has the Wi-Fi bridge, so I can, use it wherever I want. The one thing I didn't know about the Wi-Fi bridge is it has to be hooked up to power, so I'm a little disappointed with that. But this is just about half a pound of Canadian salmon. Happy Canada Day yesterday to all my Canadian friends, or July 1st, whenever you're watching this. I like the Norwegian salmon best, but they didn't have any, so this was the next best thing. I don't love sockeye, and they had king salmon, which was really nice, but twice the price, so I didn't go for it. So, folks, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put just kidding. First, we're going to spray so it doesn't stick. Spray the grates so it doesn't stick. Then we're going to put the salmon on. Close the lid. We got our vents adjusted. I like to smoke at about 250. I'm never really sure how accurate all these thermometers are. So I go anywhere from like 225 to 275 to get 250. I'm looking for an internal temperature of 145 for my fish. Now see this bridge, I guess my battery pack isn't, not loving the fact that I have to keep it plugged in. I'm going to have to run an extension cord, I think, which actually will be pretty easy. So let me go set that up, and I'll come back and I'll show you the internal temperature. You can see the smoke and my internal so far climbing up. I'll be back. Stand by. All right, we got the meat stick working. With the second stick, I have to figure out why the first stick didn't connect. The ambient temperature is very slow to come up. It's already 275 according to the ThermoPro. but this only says 118, so I don't know what the deal is. Here's my setup. I'm just using a iPad charger to power the bridge. So we're gonna let this go for probably about an hour and a half, and it should be done. And I'll show you what it is. All I did was season the salmon with salt and pepper, let it come out to approximately room temperature, like you should do with any meat. So, all right, folks, we'll be back. Stand by. Well, all right, foodie folks, it is literally 45 minutes later, and the ThermoPro says 139 internal. This says 140 internal, and my ThermoPro handheld says 138.5 internal. Which let me just try to get it the same. Yeah, so pretty much 140. Oh, it's because it's low. So we got another few minutes left before it gets to 145. Some people will pull it and let it stand by. Some people will pull it and let the internal temperature raise naturally like that, but I'm gonna go another couple degrees and see. I'm still concerned that the internal or the external temperature probe says 174 from the meat stick, and my ThermoPro says 223. Now, I've used the ThermoPro for well over a year and really have never had a problem with temperature. So let's think about this for a second. So the one probe, I mean, it's possible that there's a difference in temperature, I guess, from over there to over here, but we're here to talk about the salmon. So I can't wait to eat this. I'm probably going to actually let it cool and make salmon and eggs with some fresh dill tomorrow morning. And I'll show you that. So I'll be pulling this off soon. Stand by. All right, foodie folks, we have a conundrum. Our ThermoPro says 146. Our new meat stick says 143. So far, not really impressed with that meat stick, but it's only one cook. So what I'm going to do is use my ThermoPro handheld, which I find to be the most accurate. We will probe it. I don't like putting so many holes because obviously it makes it less juicy. 144.7, time to pull it. Now, I am not going to cut into it. I'm not going to eat it right now. I'm just going to let it rest. So we will take this probe out. I will do that. I will open up the vents to burn all the charcoal, and we will shut that off. All right, folks. We'll let it rest, and then I will take a bite and sample it for you. Stand by. All right, foodie folks, I've let it rest now about an hour. Just gonna take a quick bite and then put it in the fridge. Simply stunning. Stunning. Great smoke flavor. Oh, I can't wait to have eggs in this tomorrow. In fact, I'm gonna just take another sample just to be safe. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Recipe down below in the description. Pretty simple, easy to do. Don't forget that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hiya, foodie folks, and welcome back to Michael's Eats. Today we're going to be talking about smoking salmon. One of my favorite things to do, and it's quite healthy. So the recipe is going to be down in the description below, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. Plus, it's very, very simple. If you've never smoked before, this is probably not the thing to try. It's not difficult, but you got to get the smoking technique down first. So first things first, I don't care what you smoke on or with or the fuel you use. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not one of those snobs that say you have to have a fancy offset kettle. And I use a 22-inch Weber kettle. You can use electric, you can use gas, you can use charcoal, you can use wood, you can use whatever you want. It's all fine for me. Also, if you use charcoal, I don't care if you use Kingsford or Royal or B&B or Jersey Devil or whatever. Doesn't matter. This is stupid. Hiya, foodie folks, and welcome back to Michael's Eats. Today, we're going to be talking about, probably should have the camera higher. You want to run an internal or